Hello and welcome. My name is Aerith, and this is my 7-week free-to-play roster update. As you can see, I'm still farming wide, and maybe it's not the ideal thing to do, but it's the thing I chose to do, so this is where all my energy is going, is towards these characters until they're 7-starred. Macy, stop that. If you want. You're gonna ruin my curtains doing that, kitty cat. Sorry. So a couple of the characters are getting really close, such as Beck and Grogu and Vizsla. And then Beck is the only character that I need for Jedi Master Yoda to get him to 7 stars. We will go down here to the squads and show off my first options. So the first relic options I have are Darth Vader, whom I've put my first two Zetas onto Darth Vader. Merciless Massacre was number 1, and No Escape is number 2. If I end up using him in the lead a lot, then I'll probably put this one in, but even on my main account, if you pay attention, you'll notice that I didn't put any Zetas on Vader's leadership ability. Anyway, he's the first option to be my first relic, because he has 2 Zetas, and he is really close to Gear 12. Second option would be Boba Fett. He's going to be needed at Relic 8 for the Executor, so might as well just get him up and be really powerful. He carries a really lot, actually, early on in the game as well. So that's an option. Option number 3 is R2-D2. This one would be a little bit of a meme, but he's also required at Relic 8 for Galactic Legend Leia. Since Galactic Legend Leia is the first one that has been voted that I go towards, it would make sense to just get R2 up and have him as a temporary carry until I can get C-3PO on my CLS team. And option number 4 is Padawan Obi-Wan Kenobi. The only 2 characters required for the assault battle that Obi-Wan is a part of is Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan himself. So if I bring Obi-Wan up, Qui-Gon Jinn is in the background being farmed right now, then I'll have 2 really powerful characters that will help me with mods and gear really quickly. One assault battle down, and it only required 2 characters. So those are the 4 options. I'll put up a poll, and we'll see over the next week what you guys decide, or, well, over the next couple of days, because I'm getting really close with these 2 being at nearly Gear 12. The next thing I'd like to mention is I'm starting to gear up characters. I've pulled back a little bit on my mod farming because I spent, probably in the last couple weeks, I've spent 5 to 10 million credits just on my mods. We'll go into mods first for a second. We'll sort by speed. We got all of these primaries, and then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mods that are above 10. 1, 2, 3, 4 that are at 10, and then a whole bunch of other mods that have a lot of potential, since the majority of them are gray and green mods. As you can see here, I don't have a ton of unassigned mods, and there aren't many that don't even have their secondaries revealed. So I've put a lot of credits into these mods. Now it's just a matter of slicing them and seeing if they actually have good potential. But I'm kind of limiting the amount that I spend on mods because I need to gear up some characters. I need to get some teams up to level 85. So with that being said, these are the 4 teams that I'm going to play around for now. One moment. So we have bounty hunters. Since Boba Fett wanted to be Relic 8, if he's the first one that I relic, he can carry the heck out of this team. And then I can throw Bosk as a good tank. And the other important thing is Bosk, Dengar, and Boba Fett are all pilots for bounty hunter ships. Mando and Grief Karga are both requirements for Beskar Mando. And they are both actually really good characters. Mandalorian is a little bit of a glass cannon, but once I bring them up to relic levels, they're actually really efficient characters. They're good on a team like this. I hope you enjoyed the voice crack. Next would be the Empire. So Grand Moff Tarkin, Emperor Palpatine, and Royal Guard are all needed for Sith Eternal. So I may not be going towards Sith Eternal, but I am farming Sith, and well, how do I put this? This team may not be ideal, but they're all pilots for ships. Darth Vader and TIE Fighter are both requirements for the Executor, so they're going to need to be reliced regardless. And Grand Moff, and with them all being pilots, I might as well farm their ships as well, so that I can have a team for Grand Moff Tarkin, even if it's not the most ideal team. On top of that, despite not being required for the Executor, they are required for Sith Eternal, so it's killing 2 birds with 1 stone by 3 birds, because it's pilots, so fleets, as well as on a ground team temporarily, and gets us towards 2 Galactic Legend level characters, 1 Executor and Sith Eternal. That was very wordy. I gotta find better ways to say that without being so wordy. Anyway, moving on. We have our 2 Jedi teams. Ideally, Padawan Obi is probably going to go here, with Keller and Beck going here. It's nothing special. Doesn't really matter. Qui-Gon Omicron, as long as they're all Jedi, is what matters. And then Jedi Anakin, with his Righteous Fury, is going to say that's important for doing extra damage. So having Qui-Gon at gear whatever 4 he needs for his leadership to have an Omicron on, that's probably where I'm going to apply my first one. The second Jedi team, since I'm farming Jolee Bindo and Bastila Sharn already anyway, I'm thinking of bringing them up to level 5 and having Bastila Sharn as leadership, because at least very early on in the game, it's half decent and can trip people up if they don't have a way to go around protection. That's about it for now. I've thrown in a few other teams that I should and will be farming towards. The short-term rebels. All of these characters, well, 3 of these characters are required for Galactic Legend Leia to be at relic levels, so Akbar, CLS, and R2. Might as well relic them up. And then I could throw whatever random rebels onto that team. As for the imps, I need Admiral Piet at relic 8. And then I believe, I may be mistaken, but I believe General Veers and Colonel Stark are both needed for Sith Eternal. We'll go right here for a set. That. General Veers. Stark is not necessary. Okay. Oh, no, there he is. Stark is there. Okay, so yeah, they're both required for Sith Eternal, so makes sense. This is one of the best Imperial Trooper teams. It's not the best, but it is one of the best. And the other options would be Gar Saxon and Super Commando. The reason why I say that is because it would add another ship to the Empire pilots. And then we have Armandos, which I'm not really gearing up just yet. We're going to wait till I start farming Django. And the reason why I will be farming towards Django Fett is because his node is in the same node as the Houndstooth, which is not only a requirement for Executor, but one of the best ships in all of SWGOH. Period. And then a passion project would be going towards the Night Sisters. I just finished unlocking Old Daka, not through farming her, but by getting lucky in the store. So that kind of incentivized me to farm towards her a little bit, as well as he's already 7 stars, Boba 7 stars, Ahsoka 7 stars, Han is 7 stars, and I don't think any of these characters in here are going to be required for Leia. I know some of them are going to be required for Jabba, but I can farm them down the road, since he is not my immediate rush. That being said, now that I have a whole bunch of credits here, I could farm towards Cassian, get his U-Wing up, because ship credits are more valuable than character credits for the ship shard shop. Or sorry, just the shard shop. Or I could just keep putting them to characters that are maxed out, or I could farm Old Daka. I have yet to decide that. You guys can throw some comments, let me know what you think. Here in the guild activity store, I have been farming Han slowly, as well as Ewok, Elder, and Logray. The rest of the currency goes towards a lot of gear and credits. But I'm trying to be selective of my gear so that as I farm the gear, it's going to be required or useful for multiple characters that I'm farming towards more immediately, right? So this item and this item, both Padawan, Obi-Wan, and Lord Vader are going to need them. And I think this one I have 150 because even Boba Fett needs it. So that's multiple characters completed, and I still have 2,000 credits to go with this one. My Mark II mainly just go towards Wampa, and when the time comes, once I get my characters to gear 12, which would be relatively soon, as you may have seen earlier, then I'll probably farm towards gear to rush them to a relic level and then sit them there for now. They may not be super high relic levels, I might not get them to relic 7 immediately, but a relic 3 Vader is still better than a gear 12 Vader. Same with a Padawan Obi-Wan. Squad Arena, still farming into IG-88. He's a requirement for the Executor. And then next I will have to decide on whether I want to farm towards SWGOH. I have no other Sith to go with him, so I'm a little hesitant for that one. Asajj, she is a separatist along with Django, so if Django ends up carrying the Padme event, then throwing Asajj in there just randomly might be useful, along with being a Night Sister, so if I'm farming a Night Sister team, that might be a little bit of incentive as well. And then the other option would be HK, but I'm not rushing towards Darth Revan either, so I don't see any reason to 7-star HK. So it's really a question of, will I have the Omicrons to get to apply on SWGOH if I get them up to levels or up to 7 stars immediately? Or should I just farm towards Asajj, get my passion project moving, and also farm towards Padme with that? Or just keep getting Shard Shop? And then here since I've completed all the characters that are required for Galactic Legend Leia, I'm not really farming towards any other characters. I could choose Juhani, I could go towards Zombie, Passion Project, but mainly I've just been waiting for the few fleets that are important, such as TIE Advanced, Anakin Starfighter, Ahsoka Starfighter, the TIE Bomber, and whatever other executor requirement appears. Mods, I don't really farm in this one, and then Fleet Arena, I tend to hold on, that's why I'm at 0. I used all of my Zetas. I don't always do this, but I do from time to time. Not always ideal. I try to keep it so that I have 400 just in case Razor Crest shows up. It doesn't show up often, but when it does, it's important. Here's one question I have to ask for you guys is, where should I apply these? Should I work towards getting them towards Maul? Because of my little theory craft over here. Put it towards Maul. Or should I farm towards Cat? Or do I actually put... Oops, wrong button. Or do I put all of these credits here into the Razor Crest when it appears here, so that I can get this Razor Crest to 7 stars sooner rather than later? Definitely something I'd like to ask you guys. I'd like you guys to let me know what you think. Grand Arena, Kyrotex, clearly, obviously, that's all I put them into. And then here, I've pretty much just been spending them in the cheap zone for now. Anyway, that's where I'm at for now. This is where I'm at for this week. See, beautiful, 12. That's perfect. So, 474,000 with the potential of 2 characters getting to gear 12 within the next 24 hours. So it's just a matter of asking you guys, who do you want me to relic? Vader, Boba, Padawan Obi, or R2-D2? Let me know in the comments below and in the poll coming after the video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next week for my 2-month roster update. Subscribe to see more. Until then, God bless. I thought right before I let you guys go, I let you know that I did put in my attack, but I hope he doesn't show up. The reason I say that is, if he does, it doesn't matter what I did. It just ain't worth it. Give me my participation trophy and be gone. Alright, that's about it. That's my Grand Arena for free to play. Onward to the next.